Nobody expected the king to step back. But when he did, he handed the keys to Catherine. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from, because today's story out of London has the entire Commonwealth talking. April 25th, 2026. ANZAC Day. One of the most solemn dates on the British royal calendar. And for the first time in recent memory, King Charles III was nowhere near the cenotaph. No Queen Camilla either. Sources confirm the king and his wife were deep in preparations for a high-profile state visit to the United States, departing just 2 days later. So who did he trust to carry the weight of an entire nation's grief? Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Alone. Royal watchers are calling this one of the most significant trust transfers the monarchy has quietly made in years. But here's what you need to understand, and you haven't heard the full picture yet. This wasn't a small ask. ANZAC Day has been observed in London since King George V attended the very first service at Westminster Abbey in 1916. Over a century of royal presence. Over a century of the crown showing up for Australia and New Zealand's fallen. And in 2026, King Charles looked at a woman still navigating her cancer recovery and said, reportedly, "You're the one." Sources close to the palace suggest the decision was deliberate, not logistical. That Charles specifically wanted Catherine to lead, not merely fill a gap. Whether that reads as profound trust or quiet abdication depends entirely on where you sit. Think of it like a general handing his medals to his successor before the battle even starts. The gesture says more than any speech ever could. Now here's where it gets layered. Catherine didn't just show up, she signed her name first. On the wreath note that read, "In memory of the Australian and New Zealand soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom," royal fans noticed something unusual. Catherine's signature appeared ahead of Prince William's. A subtle detail, easily missed. But in the rigid protocol world of the British monarchy, nothing is accidental. Royal commentators are reportedly describing it as a quiet but unmistakable signal, a woman stepping fully, formally, into her own authority. And the crowd felt it. Hundreds lined the streets outside the cenotaph. She arrived stoic, composed, unhurried. She bowed her head. She laid the wreath. She pinned a single red poppy to her white lapel. Then she walked, alone, to Westminster Abbey for the full service of commemoration and thanksgiving. Not rushed. Not performative. Present in a way that stopped people mid-sentence. Fans in the comments sections of royal pages were not quiet about it. "There's just no words for this one. What an incredible queen you will be," one wrote. Another, "I'm so proud of our future king and queen. Such respect." The hashtag #KateANZAC was reportedly trending across Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom within hours of the ceremony. Hundreds of thousands of posts. A moment that traveled faster than any palace press release. But here's the uncomfortable question sitting underneath all the praise. King Charles is 77 years old and managing his own cancer diagnosis. Catherine is 44 and managing hers. Two members of the same royal family, both fighting illness, both still showing up. And on this particular April morning, it was Catherine who stood at the cenotaph. Not the king, not the heir to the throne, not any senior male royal. Just her, representing everyone. Royal analysts are reportedly framing this as a preview, not just of a future reign, but of the monarchy's quiet recalibration around Catherine as its emotional and ceremonial anchor. She didn't ask for that weight. She just carried it. You know that moment in a story where the understudy walks on stage and the audience realizes, mid-performance, that they're watching something historic? This was that moment. Except the stage was the cenotaph. The audience was the Commonwealth, and Catherine didn't miss a single line. King Charles gave her ANZAC Day. And, reportedly, she gave it everything she had. A personal note, Diana's earrings, a red poppy, and a composure that made even the most skeptical royal watchers go quiet. Some things don't need a crown to look like royalty. If you thought that was powerful, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Do you think Catherine is already the heart of the monarchy? Wait till you see what the palace quietly released after she left Westminster Abbey and why nobody's talking about it.